Our children are our pearls, more precious than our pain. On the journey of creating our pearls, many women face depression, loneliness, isolation, the feeling of separation, and maybe even hopelessness. Statistics share that 50 to 85% of all mothers have shared the baby blues, which includes postpartum depression. Our research indicates that a large percentage of women struggle with childbirth and motherhood. And I think at certain moments we can relate.
Yes. Queens, welcome back to She Heals, the series. This is a 6-part series where we help empower women to embrace their greatness on the divine journey of motherhood. I have with me a special partner in this empowerment journey.
Hi, everyone. I am Hasaiti Khentimah, also known as Brooke Wan, the founder of Divine Certified, a natural birth coach and entrepreneur.
And she happens to be my daughter. I'm Joyce Steele-Moore, the founder of Women of Steel Empowerment Zone, where we empower women to rise and share their brilliance. I'm also an empowerment coach and a seasoned entrepreneur. Today, we are going to share with you how pearls over pity can be your destiny. Hasaiti, tell us about your journey with pearls over pity.
Well, to start, I remember holding my son for the first time, and I felt very empowered. Mostly, I would say, because of the birthing method and the process that I took to get there. But overall, I was in shock because so many people said I couldn't do a natural birth. After all, it was my first time giving birth, and we were unassisted against professional guidance and beliefs. So in the end, though, both the baby and I were extremely healthy and actually had a miraculous ending.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you gave natural birth to your child and everything turned out wonderfully. How did you build the confidence? Did you ever lose confidence?
Oh, all the time.
Tell us more. Tell us more about that.
Well, I had to empower myself by educating myself and applying what I had learned. Then it was time for preparation and application, reflecting and studying birthing patterns over history, patterns, grandparents, and great-grandparents, all the way since the start of humanity. I mean, with that success rate, my confidence grew, and then family and friends began to support my decision, and their confidence actually started to grow as well, if you can recall.
Yes, that was a great time. Did you have any sleepless nights during your natural childbirth?
Oh, yes. There were times when I cried myself to sleep. Family members, friends, and others tried to shame me for not having a medical birth or a standard modern birth. And yeah, it was a challenge for me to want to move forward.
Oh, well, you are a trooper and a warrior queen because you did a great job. Did you know at the time that there was a pearl forming inside of you?
Nope, absolutely not.
Oh my goodness. Tell us more.
I'm just being honest for all the mothers out there. I'm just being honest. For me, I think that I was focused more on becoming a mother. I wanted my child to be healthy. I knew that, there was a baby forming in front of me or within me. However, I did not think of the challenges that I was overcoming and the way that I was growing within myself in order to really immerse myself into the process of being a natural home birther was creating a pearl. I didn't realize that when my child would be born, because of the intentions and the purpose that I was birthing with and what he ignited within me, that I would be forming him into a pearl. It was only after I saw how miraculous and amazing the process was and amazing and miraculous my child was that I realized how divine and anointed my purpose over my life in myself and within my child actually really was, and that they're indeed pearls.
For sure, for sure. And we have to continue to polish our pearls.
Absolutely.
So as you reflect, When did you realize that giving birth to a child wasn't something you take for granted, but they are actually our pearls that we have to polish?
I think it actually started for me um, around the time where I needed to have a lotus birth. I had a push birth. So I'm very amazed that my child was able to do most of the work. So I didn't have to exert myself. I didn't lose supplies of oxygen. I didn't have high blood pressure because I was able to focus on breathing, adding oxygen to the baby, and the baby and I worked together. And there was nobody external to actually rush my process, time it to their standards, say that it's not adequate. It was just magical because it was like a natural divine orchestra of a process. From there, it was the lotus birth. That lotus birth experience, for those who don't know, within the medical system, the modern system, they only allow about, I want to say, maybe no more than 30 seconds to a minute, no more than 3 minutes for the child to be connected to the placenta, as the placenta is still in the mother. Otherwise, they cut it or clamp it. Whereas a lotus birth, it allows us to have a number of days where the placenta is fully able to give all of the blood and nutrients back to the baby, as the placenta held so much of the blood and nutrients so that the baby could fit through. So then after birth, all that blood comes out, and it makes it easier for the placenta to come out instead of such a painful process that some women unfortunately have passed from because of a lot of the modern standards. With that being said, the lotus birth gave me the time I needed because it appeared that I did not have the capabilities to breastfeed. And I was not able to immediately breastfeed. It was not as easy as I thought it was. I tried natural remedies, even the baby crying, things of that nature usually helps certain moms, lactate. I had that challenge, and thankfully, with my mother being there and being so supportive.
Yeah, we did it as a team. It was a team getting you to start the feeding process and getting comfortable with that. That was great.
Yeah, and it took 2 to 3 days. And that lotus birth, the baby being connected to the placenta, was able to give me peace. He wasn't crying for food. He wasn't struggling. And that gave me peace of mind, even though I was still stressed. I was still frightened that my body wasn't capable to give my child the life and the nutrients that it needed. And what were the alternatives if I couldn't provide that? It was a very scary time. But by around that second day, out of a lot of work and a lot of, research and support, I was able to lactate. And if I did not have that window of time, I probably would not have been able to breastfeed my child for the next 2 years. For the first year, all my child ate was breast milk. And to this day, I mean, even within year 1, he had over 18 teeth. And I continue
Beautiful teeth. I mean, so many teeth that people ask, how old is he? Is he only going on 2? He has a beautiful mouth of teeth. Let me ask you this. Would you say, with all that you had to experience and learn, be patient, exercise patience, and submit yourself to the process, would you say that was divine order?
Absolutely. Because even when you don't know how the next step in the process is going to work out, when you start to educate yourself, when you start to walk in your power, when you start to walk in your application, the next step starts to unfold right in front of you, and you're taken care of in that way. And as long as you continue to educate and progress yourself, only you can put a limit on yourself.
So it is definitely divine, and we have to make sure that we understand that all things happen in divine order. What a wonderful story. And I'm so proud as a mother to be a part of that story, because even as I look at polishing my pearls, I think of all of the times that we've spent together talking and just understanding each other and making sure that we both allowed ourselves time to grow and polish that relationship. The whole idea of our beautiful pearls. It's something that's so exciting to me because I do consider my children as pearls, and we will continue to polish them. We should always look at them as a gift and that they are something to really treasure because our pearls are valuable. They're our most important and precious commodities.
Yes.
Would you not say?
Absolutely.
We also want to look at what are some of the lessons and tips that we can share with our audience?
That is actually a good question. So it was a very robust, still ongoing experience that's been life-changing. So I would say that the first tip would have to start with, let's evolve from the concept of motherhood being about birthing babies. And let's evolve that standard to be mastering the process and honoring the becoming.
Oh, yes.
Of your internal and your external pearls.
Yes.
We don't wear pity perfume. We wear pearls.
Yes. And those pearls are pearls of wisdom. Those are pearls of patience. Because as a parent, we have to be patient. And they're pearls of purpose. So, Hasaiti, what would be your second tip?
That was a good one. Okay, well, second tip, not going to stop the party. We want you to stop apologizing for your journey, though. Stop downplaying your strength. We don't just want to raise our children. We want to raise good people and cultivate our legacy.
Very good, because you are my legacy and your children are your legacy. And our third tip?
Third, last but not least, not allowing pity to overshadow the beauty of cultivating our pearls. And those are the internal and external pearls.
When you say internal pearls, tell us more.
So internal pearls, I would say I experienced and I was able to see a lot of my internal pearls through my natural birth process. But there's a number of shifts that us as women, we can go throughout life that push us to have to rebirth ourselves, push us to have to die in certain ways, face death in certain ways to an old self or old pattern or an old belief system.
Tell us more.
And so in place of that death and that submission and that immersion, you actually move forward into birthing yourself in a new light, in a new environment,
yes,
with new opportunity, with new power, with new access to elevation that wasn't there before. So that time, that patience, that wisdom, that purpose then forms something that is so precious that all we can think of to refer to it as a pearl, but it's so priceless and it's so precious.
Yes.
And that forms within us, whether you're birthing naturally, whether you're literally birthing a child, or you're birthing yourselves out of a season of tribulation.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. That sounds amazing. And that is so true. We all need to look at the rebirth of ourselves. So thank you. And what would be your fourth tip that you would give, Hasaiti?
She wants us to give you all the sauce. Okay. The fourth tip I would have to say would be embrace and celebrate that you are a nurturer of nations.
That is powerful. Yes.
Yes. That we're stepping into.
Yes, that's very powerful.
Yeah, that's big. I've kind of moved a little like, that's something light, but yeah, that is something to meditate and definitely take time to chew on, because we're stepping into power.
Yes.
And we're stepping into purpose, and we're stepping into positivity as we nurture nations.
Yes, yes. Because our children, our pearls, they grow up to be leaders. They grow up to run nations. They are our tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So our legacy. So it's important for us to remember that motherhood, it's a foundation. It's a foundation for our legacy.
Absolutely.
Yes. So sis, chins up, shoulders back. We're choosing our pearls over pity.
Absolutely.
Drop a comment in the chat if this resonates with you. You're choosing pearls over pity. Start today. Drop that comment in the chat. And if this message touches you in any way, Don't keep it to yourself. Share this message with another mom, another mother who is on the journey and who needs to hear this. So, Hasaiti, tell us how everyone can find you.
Absolutely. I can actually be found at divinecertified.com. You all can also get access to divinecertified.com on Instagram handles at Divine Certified, as well as on Facebook, Divine Certified. Nearly all handles Divine Certified, but just start there. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. And as you know, you can find me on the Women's Empowerment Zone here at YouTube. And you can also find me on IG as well as LinkedIn and Facebook, Women of Still Empowerment Zone. And if anything here has resonated with you, please subscribe to our channels and let's spread the word that motherhood is something to celebrate. It is our legacy. It is our destiny. And we want to make sure that we continue to share that with all of the mothers out there. And we want to lift them up. So we want to continue to rise. We want to continue to pour into you. Join us for our next video. So until our next video, we'll see you then. Remember, queens, continue to rise.